Have you ever felt like the world was waiting for something from you? Not tomorrow, not next year, now. But you sit there, scrolling, doubting, waiting for the right time, waiting for motivation, waiting for someone to show up and pull you out of your routine, your fear, your comfort zone. But here's the truth. No one's coming. And that dream? That fire inside you that flickers every time you hear the word success. It's not going to wait forever. Somewhere out there, someone with half your talent is chasing the life you keep postponing. They're not better than you. They're just moving, acting, believing. And you? You're standing at the edge of the cliff, staring at the sky, asking, "What if I fall?" But let me ask you this. What if you fly? This isn't about motivation. This isn't about luck. This is about a moment. Your moment. And the crazy thing about moments like this? You either take them, or you leave them behind and wonder what if for the rest of your life. This is your time to rise. Your time to act. Your time to prove, not to the world, but to yourself, that you were never meant for average. Don't waste it. Sparkle's introduction, 500 words. There comes a time in every person's life where the decision they make in a single moment defines the rest of their journey. For some, it's the day they finally say, "Enough," and start chasing their dreams. For others, it's the day they choose to keep sleeping on their potential. But in both stories, the key lies in a moment, just one. You see, greatness doesn't knock on your door. It doesn't schedule a meeting. It appears in the quiet seconds of choice. Will you get up or stay down? Will you speak up or stay silent? Will you try again or give up 1 inch from success? Most people let these moments slip by unnoticed. They don't even realize that their future is shaped not by one big dramatic event, but by small decisions made every single day. The problem is, we've been conditioned to wait for the perfect mood, the perfect day, the perfect opportunity. And while we wait, time keeps ticking. Life keeps moving. And dreams, they quietly die. But some people feel something deeper. They hear the ticking clock and they don't run from it. They race with it. They realize the time is now. Not when the money's right. Not when fear is gone. Not when someone else approves. They understand this truth. You only get a few real chances in life to change everything. And this could be one of them. So if you've been waiting for a sign, if you've been praying for a message from the universe to finally take action, this is it. This is your moment. Don't waste it. David Goggins wasn't born a Navy SEAL. He wasn't born an ultrarunner. In fact, he was overweight, depressed, and working as a pest control worker at one point in his life. He had every excuse to quit. He came from an abusive home. He had learning disabilities. He had low self-esteem. The world had told him over and over, "You won't make it." But one day, something snapped inside him. He looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the man staring back. Tired of blaming the world, tired of feeling sorry for himself, he made a decision. That was his moment. He started running. First, a quarter mile. Then a full mile. Then more. His body screamed. His mind begged him to stop. But he kept going. He pushed through 3 Navy SEAL Hell weeks. Most can't survive one. He ran 100 miles in under 24 hours without proper training, just to prove his mind was stronger than his body. People told him it was impossible, but he had already decided. When the world said, "Wait," David said, "Now." His moment came when no one else believed in him, but he chose to believe in himself. Not later. Not tomorrow. Right then. And that decision changed everything. Today, David Goggins is a legend in mental toughness. His story teaches us this. You don't need permission to be great. You just need a decision. At 21, Muniba Mazari's life took a terrifying turn. She was in a car accident that shattered her spine and left her paralyzed from the waist down. For most people, that would have been the end. She couldn't walk, couldn't dance, couldn't even sit without help. Her dreams of becoming an artist, a teacher, a mother, all seemed lost in one cruel twist of fate. But Muniba didn't give up. Lying in that hospital bed, she made a decision. This would not define her. She started painting again, not with her hands, but with her heart. Each stroke on the canvas was a rebellion against the darkness trying to consume her. She became a motivational speaker, a national TV host, a UN Goodwill ambassador, a global inspiration, all from a wheelchair. People told her to rest, to take it easy, to stop pushing. But she knew something they didn't. This was her moment, and she wasn't going to waste it. Her story is proof that your power isn't in your legs, your status, or your background. Your true power is in your choice, the choice to rise when everything falls. You are not disabled by the body. You are disabled by the mind if you choose to be. Thomas Edison is known as one of the greatest inventors of all time. But did you know that he failed more than 1,000 times before successfully inventing the light bulb? Most people would have given up after the first, second, or 10th attempt. But Edison had a different mindset. He didn't see failure as something to fear. Instead, he saw it as an essential part of the process. Every failure was a lesson. One of his famous quotes is, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." What if Edison had given up after 500 tries? Or 800? What if he had stopped just before the breakthrough? Edison's moment came not when he created the light bulb, but when he chose to get up each time he failed. Every small step of consistency, despite failure, led him to a world-changing discovery. And that's the real message. Keep going, even when it feels impossible. If you keep showing up, no matter how many times you fall, you will eventually create your own breakthrough moment. Before J.K. Rowling became a household name with Harry Potter, she was a single mother living on welfare. She struggled with depression, and at one point, she didn't even have enough money to buy food for herself and her daughter. But in her darkest hours, she wrote a story about a young wizard named Harry Potter, a story that she believed in with all her heart. She sent that manuscript to multiple publishers, and guess what? 12 times it was rejected. Can you imagine? A future world-renowned author was told her work wasn't good enough. But Rowling's moment was the one she decided to keep going. When the world said, "No," she kept saying, "Yes." Finally, a small publishing house took a chance on her, and the rest is history. Today, Harry Potter has sold over 500 million copies worldwide. She could have given up. She could have listened to the rejection. But she didn't. She chose to believe in herself, and that decision transformed her life. Her story teaches us this. Your moment is often disguised as failure or rejection. Don't let that stop you. Chris Gardner's journey is one of the most inspiring stories of resilience and perseverance. Gardner was once homeless, living in shelters, and struggling to make ends meet while caring for his young son. One night, after a long, exhausting day of interviews, he was left with no place to stay, so he slept in a bathroom at a train station. Despite facing unimaginable hardships, he never gave up on his dream of becoming a stockbroker. In the face of rejection, poverty, and instability, Gardner's moment came when he refused to settle for anything less than his dreams. He worked tirelessly, believing that no situation, no matter how difficult, would keep him from achieving greatness. Eventually, he became the founder of his own brokerage firm. Today, Chris Gardner is a successful entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and the subject of the movie The Pursuit of Happiness. His story is a perfect example of what it means to take your moment even when it seems like the odds are against you. No matter how far you've fallen, the choice to rise is always yours. You want something, go get it. Period. Before Sylvester Stallone became the legendary actor we know today, he was broke, homeless, and struggling to make a name for himself in Hollywood. He couldn't even afford food and was living on the streets. But his biggest passion was acting, and he had written a script for a movie, Rocky, which he believed could change his life. He pitched it to multiple producers, but they all turned him down. They said it wasn't good enough, and he would never make it as an actor. But Stallone's moment came when he was offered a deal, but only if he sold the rights to the script. Instead of taking the money, Stallone made a bold choice. He demanded to star in the movie himself, even though he had no money to support the production. He was told no so many times, but he didn't let that stop him. He kept fighting for his moment, even when the world doubted him. Eventually, Rocky became a massive success, and Stallone became a global icon. Today, he's not just an actor but a symbol of what it means to never give up on your dreams, no matter how many doors are slammed in your face. It's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. You've heard the stories. The stories of people who were told they wouldn't make it, who were knocked down time and time again. But they didn't give up. David Goggins, who ran through pain and exhaustion, refusing to let his circumstances define him. Muniba Mazzari, who turned a life-shattering accident into a powerful message of resilience. Thomas Edison, who failed over 1,000 times but kept going, because he knew his breakthrough was just around the corner. J.K. Rowling, who faced rejection after rejection but held on to her vision, creating a legacy that changed the world of literature. Chris Gardner, who went from sleeping in train stations to building an empire, simply because he chose to act when others would have quit. Sylvester Stallone, who bet everything on his dream, even when Hollywood doubted him, and went on to create a cultural icon in Rocky. These are not just stories, they're lessons. Lessons about the power of the moment. Your moment. The one you're living right now. The one you might be doubting. The one you might be putting off because you think you're not ready or because you're afraid of failing. But here's the truth. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have everything figured out. You don't even have to have all the resources in the world. What you need is the courage to take that first step, to commit to your dream, to stop waiting for someone else to tell you it's your time, because it already is. You see, every time you choose not to act, you're wasting a part of your potential. Every minute you wait, you're giving up on the chance to change your life. But every time you decide to get up, push through, and keep moving, you're one step closer to making your dreams a reality. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let rejection define you. Don't let failure convince you that you're not good enough. This is your moment. And if you don't take it, someone else will. You have within you the power to change your life, to create the future you've always dreamed of. But that power is useless unless you choose to act on it. So, I challenge you. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Create it. The time to start is right now. Your dreams won't wait forever. The world won't wait forever. But you have the power to make your mark today. The clock is ticking. This is your moment. Don't waste it.